morning, Belzer. It's time for morning announcements. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Claire.
And we are your anchors for BTV.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Today is Monday, January 4th. Today is National Thank God It's Monday Day.
Mr. Schultz would like to congratulate the following students for Student of the Week. They are Austin Rickett,
Nicia Miller,
Brent Dulaney,
Daniel Wetzel,
Jaquan Jordan,
Demi Wells,
Rose Hiddle,
Hannah Hunter,
Claire Griffin,
Maddie Moore,
Olivia Park,
and Brandon Robertson.
These students finished at the top of their science classes for the second grading period.
Are you an aspiring artist? Did you express your artistic ability over the break? If so, bring in your artwork to C110 this month to show it off in the Belzer blog. Reminder, NJHS is still continuing with tutoring after break on Mondays. Clubs will also resume this week.
Today's lunch menu is buffalo chicken pizza,
Hamburger or cheeseburger,
popcorn chicken salad,
turkey and cheese sandwich,
baked beans.
and spicy oven baked fries.
In national news, the Pacific Ocean is home to many wild animals, but it is also home to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, the location of trash including plastics that are washing up on U.S. and Canadian shores. Here is Keir Simmons with an NBC News report on what one young scientist is trying to do to solve the problem.
Hawaii's beautiful Molokai Island. Few get to visit this protected place. But arriving by chopper, we find garbage washed up and volunteers struggling to clean up.
This is just from one day. This was clean yesterday. This is just shocking.
Plastic from the Pacific.
What'd you find, Roscoe?
Everyday items choking Hawaii's coastline and the ocean's sea life from a floating garbage patch located between the west coast and Hawaii. 30 boats, crewed by volunteers, trawled these waters. Their initial findings, stunning. The patch is far bigger than they thought, 1.4 million square miles, 5 times the size of Texas.
Hi, how are you?
Garbage that began accumulating before this 21-year-old was even born.
And you get seasick?
I do.
Lines free.
Boyan Slad is the young brains behind the project. Next year, he wants to build the largest floating barrier ever deployed and use the ocean's own currents to capture plastic.
What we're doing here now, it has never been done before. So this is part of what we pulled out of the ocean.
We met up with Boyan again in San Francisco.
Okay. Everyone is running around saying, how are we going to clear up the ocean? And you come along and you say, why don't we just clear it up?
Right, yeah. There is a lot of talk and not a lot of action in the world of plastic pollution.
Not everyone believes Boyan's idea is the right one, but he's determined to find out, to rid the Pacific of all this plastic. Keir Simmons, NBC News, Hawaii.
Quote of the day, education is a direction, not a product.
This day in history. In 1850, the first American ice skating club was organized in Philadelphia.
Interesting fact, Saturn is not the only planet with rings. Jupiter has 4 rings.
Joke of the day. Why were the robins eating cake?
Why?
Because it was their bird day.
Now to Mr. Harsha with your reading log winners for the week.
Have a great day, Bruins.
Good morning, Bruins. We do not have any reading log winners today. That was probably from last week before break. We are started a little bit later this morning, trying to give some of our late buses a chance to come in. And obviously, with the turnover in classes, we also have some new members here on our BTV cast. So it took us a couple minutes to get going this morning. I want to welcome everybody back to Belzer Middle School for our second semester. As we wish everyone a happy new year, I want to make sure everybody understands today is the first day of the third grading period. That means today, everything that you did in the first 9 weeks and the second 9 weeks is behind you. For some of you, you set yourself up for some success. You created some good habits. You got off to a great start this school year. and you need to just try to work on that grit, that willingness to continue to work hard and maintain even when time gets tough, and keep doing the good things that you're doing. Others of you may have not gotten off to a great start last semester, and that is now behind you. Today is a fresh start for you to come in and make an impression on your teachers, start getting yourself set up with some good habits and some good practices that will help you be successful this semester. So I want to wish all of you, again, welcome back. I wish you a happy new year, and hopefully you'll get off to a great start this semester. The first thing I want to talk about is schedules. The majority of students in this building will not have a schedule change for the third 9 weeks. There are some students whose elective classes may have changed if they were in a semester-long class. Many of our elective classes are year-long classes, so in my Sunday night call yesterday, I encouraged all parents and students to log on to Skyward to check your schedule. If you did not do that, college prep teachers, I would ask right now that you have all of your students get out their laptop and make sure that's charged and get on in, log into Skyward. We have been kind of talking about Skyward as a way to check your grades, check your attendance, and right before break on that Wednesday or Thursday before, Miss Neal came on and asked all students to check their schedule. That was in order to make sure that today, when you came back to school, you knew if you were going to be having any schedule changes. I know some of you did that, some of you may not have done that, but this morning would be an important time right now to open up your laptop, log into Skyward, and make sure that you're in the right place. Also make sure that your schedule has not changed, and if it has changed, make sure that you're aware of that. Students that have concerns about their schedule, if you're missing a class or if something's just not right, go ahead and email your counselor. 7th graders, that would be Miss Neal. 8th graders, that would be Mr. Landers, and let them know your concerns. They're going to be busy today with some students who just enrolled over break and are going to be here at Belzer for their first day. We need to make sure we get those students a schedule, and then as they process through, they'll be calling in students throughout the day to make sure we get our schedule right. So be patient with them. Also, as we start off this semester, I just want to make sure that everybody understands the expectations that we went over in the beginning of the year still stand true. And in fact, as building principal, I now feel that as teachers and administrators and counselors, we need to raise the bar a little bit. At the end of last semester, I noticed a lot of students accumulating quite a few tardies. Kind of that sense of urgency to get to class had started to fall off. And as we start fresh this morning, I want to make sure that across the building, we are keeping expectations high for students to get to class on time, to be prepared, have their device charged and ready to go, and come to class prepared to learn. So again, students, fresh start today. Welcome back, and looking forward to a great week here at Belzer Middle School. Have a good day.